it's me. I'm CK Jensen. I write books. This video is probably gonna be a little bit different. Cause do you guys remember when I had that crash out? I don't even remember which video it was in where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to keep making only author-created videos or if I'm going also going to lifestyle videos. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of a lifestyle video, I think, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But this is ostentatiously, I think is a word. Ostensibly? I think it's actually ostensibly a weekend writing vlog because I have a bunch of writing I want to do. But also, I need to clean my life up and I need to stop hating everything about my life. Which gets us into our first task, which is making the bed and talking about my project, which is known as the Radiance Project. So the Radiance Project was established in, was it 2021? I don't remember actually. Who knows? I think it was January 2021, end of January 2021, where I was technically on the clock. I was in a TA lab and there was no students there who need help. This was when I was at uni. So I was sitting there doing nothing and I was like, wow, I feel so bad about my entire life. And so I cracked open my bullet journal because I'm an avid bullet journaler. I've been keeping a bullet journal since probably junior year of high school. I opened up my bullet journal and I started writing here's why I'm dissatisfied with life. What can I do to fix it? And so the Radiance Project was born. I chose the Radiance Project because I think it's a way to bring light into your life and also to spread light to other people because I think it's really hard to be happy and just make other people happy when you are feeling so absolutely goddamn miserable. And I've continued this for years now. Every time I'm just in a bad place, I try and I don't know what the word is. I try and assess where I'm at. And I try to make sure that I know how to fix it or at least how to make it better if not fix it. So one of these times was, this is terrible lighting. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. One of these times, Maisie, you are on the blanket I need to put on the bed. Last night was one of those times, and I actually almost started filming this last night, but then I didn't. Where I was just okay, I'm really unhappy with my life right now. And there's a lot of contributing factors, and I identified a lot of them. I'm stressed about finances, and I need to have a better budget for what little money I do have. Anyways, finances, I want to be exercising. My sleep has been shit for months and months and months, probably over a year now. I've not felt like I've gotten a good night's sleep. And I have these things that I want, and I'm oh, I'm doing stuff to achieve them, but am I actually doing the right things to achieve them? I want more clients for my freelance book coaching, which, by the way, if you didn't know, I'm a book coach. I work with science fiction, fantasy, and romance. And I think it's a blast and a half to be reading your book and helping you improve your book. So if you are interested, you should check out in the description my link to my book coaching site, which is just a sub-site on my website, ckjensenauthor.com. But the URL is long because it's Blue Cat Book Consulting. Maybe I'll change the slug to make it /BCC. I'm going to do that. I'm super dissatisfied with life and I want to make it better. So I'm supposed to be, I don't have a watch on and I don't have a clock other than my phone. One sec, we're going to get my watch. It's 10:17. I'm supposed to start transcribing some notes 15 minutes ago from my bullet journal, of which I'm an avid user, to my project journal for Project Death, which is what I talked about in this weekend writing routine swap vlog. It's actually probably on this side, I'm guessing. I'm very overwhelmed and also underwhelmed, and it's a really complicated place that I'm in mentally right now, and I'm not doing all that great mentally, and I'm all for talking about how bad you're doing on the internet, within reason. We have to advocate, and not everyone is neurotypical, and not everyone is mentally healthy. And you should make an effort to be mentally healthy. I'm not going to say you should make an effort to be neurotypical, because that's not how brains work. I think, honestly, I don't even know if I can say you should make an effort to be mentally healthy, but I think you can do things that aid your mental health. A diagnosis like bipolar, that's a lifelong diagnosis. I'm always going to struggle with bipolar, I think. But I can mitigate it by taking my meds and exercising and sleeping enough and doing all these things that I'm not really doing. I'm taking my meds. That's about it. Weekend writing vlog with interspersal, with trying to fix my life interspersed. Let's go over my calendar today. Because I've decided, one of the things I did earlier this week, because I was like, I'm like struggling without any structure, so I just like made myself a structure. It is August 15th today. For the next 2 hours or so, I'm going to work on Project Death. I'm going to transfer some notes. I'm going to try and write a synopsis, because like I said, I want to be able to write a synopsis before I write the book as like a general like vibes thing. I need to call the bank. Oh my god, I don't want to do it. I think that might be what my mom just texted about. I have an hour scheduled for drafting where I just like play around with some drafting. Honestly, that'll probably be dauntless drafting, and that will be something. I don't know if it'll be fun per se, but it will be something. And then I have 2 hours where I'm going to play Stardew Valley with my best friend, and I love him so much. I'm so glad that we're playing a Stardew Valley farm together. He has not really played it before, but I am like a min-maxer on Stardew Valley. I'm so efficient. I run that farm like it's the Navy. Yeah, and then after Stardew, I'm going to brainstorm and plot my. Listen, I want to write it. I don't want to like talk about it a ton, but let's just say that number 13 is very special to me because of one of the fandoms I'm in. And if you're in the server, you've heard me talk about this. Storytellers Societies, by the way, DM me for a link. If you've heard me talk about this, no, you haven't. Anyways, I want to write this contemporary romance, and that's all I'm saying. And I want it to be my 13th novel for a very specific reason. Yeah, we're going to plot that and maybe do that synopsis too. I don't know if I can do 2 synopses in one day. Then I'm trying to schedule an hour of rest every day. So like I have my rest hour where I'm going to like do something restful, and it turns out I'm really bad at resting. Like, peep this thread that I posted a little while ago. It got no engagement, which is fine. But I'm even worse at resting than I thought. And then I have a blank hour where the only thing in there is eat your meds. Sorry, that's how I put it in my calendar. And that's it. That's the whole thing. This is a long ass intro. It's like 13 minutes. We're going to cut it down so far, I promise. Let's get into the actual vlog. So I have successfully transferred all my notes from the bullet journal into the itty bitty project journal, which it's like it's small like this, but it's kind of chunky, honestly. I'm excited to fill this up. Next up on my list is writing the project death synopsis, and I'm not gonna lie, I just no motivation whatsoever. But my other option is to call the bank, which my mom did just text me about. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I don't want to. Either way, I have to go set up my laptop and get my laptop going. I don't want to. Anyways, it's fine. I'll do it. We can do it. Have we told you we're not going to talk about the hair? Because we're not going to talk about the hair. It's just... That's what curly hair is like. So, like, it just goes... Sometimes it just goes every single direction it wants to. And none of the directions I want it to. I don't know if that makes sense, but whatever. So... I just got off the phone at the bank. That transfer was way easier than I thought. It took 15 minutes, and I thought it was going to take an hour. It's time to do stuff, and part of me really, really wants to go to a cafe to do this work, which means I will probably not be doing as much updatey talking stuff. But I think it might be good for me to get out of the house, because otherwise I'm not leaving the house today. Let me look at my calendar again. I live and die by a calendar. I have about 3 hours until I have to play Stardew with my best friend. But that's going to take us till 4. And then, like, no cafes are open after 4, it feels like. So, I think we're going to go to a cafe. And which does mean leaving Maisie for a little bit, which is so sad. But, like, she'll be okay. I believe in her. Also, I got dressed. Like, and also, I love this fit. Like, peep the little green crop top and the, like, mint green cargo pants. I don't know if this is mint green. But, like, I'm a model, actually. I'm not quite tall enough to be a model. I'm 5'9", which is tall for an AFAB, but if I was 6 foot, I'd be hotter, I think. But not everything is about being hot. My friend sent me a song they wrote, and one of the lines in it was like, "Pretty is the rent I pay to exist." And wow, okay. Don't talk to me. I feel that too hard. So I think I'm going to pack up a bag, and maybe I'll do like a little what's in my bag video, and we'll do that. So I took my backpack. It's in my room. But I'll be right back, and then we will do a little what's in my bag. Yay! It'll be so cute, actually, I think. People on AuthorTube don't do what's in my bags. Like, this was a big thing on the StudyGram community in, like, I don't know, 2020, and I'm sure it is still a big thing. I'm just not on the StudyGram community anymore, but, like, honestly, slay. Let's go. But this is my backpack. Ignore how dirty the bottom is. Don't worry about it. It's like, I love the rainbow straps. I think it's so cute. We're going to do a full what's in my bag, which is a little bit insane because I just have miscellaneous stuff in here that I'm just going to pull out and we're going to maybe put it back in. So first thing that goes in is my computer. And one thing you may or may not know this about me, my computer is pink, my iPad is pink. I have a lot of pink things. Like my computer stand is like the same metallic pink. But first, we don't take the stand, we just take the computer. Then I don't think I need these. Maybe I do. This is like the first 10 or 15 pages of Dawnless. I printed it out to annotate it, so we're going to put that in case I decide to work on Dawnless while I'm there. I just put my iPad. No, I just put the pages in. I'm silly. I don't know what I'm talking about. I kind of try to load it from back to front because this backpack is essentially like a little box. So big stuff goes in the back and smaller stuff goes towards the front. Back being the part that goes against my back. I don't know if this makes sense. Then next up, I'm dropping stuff. Oh no. Next up goes my iPad, and I'm hoping this is fairly charged. Is it 69? Slay. So I have my iPad, my pages, and my computer in here. Next up, I think is going to be my pen bag, which is pretty and iridescent because like I'm gay, so I need iridescent and rainbow stuff. I'm putting in the Project Death notebook because I think that'll be helpful. I'm putting in my bullet journal, which is going to go behind the pencil case. I should have my water bottle, but I think that's back in my room, and I'm not going to worry about that right now. These things are getting tucked into my bullet journal. It's a really like a paper thin ruler. Look at that. That lives in my bullet journal, so I have a ruler with me at all times. And then like a paper about Radiance Project stuff, which maybe I'll talk about that more later. But that's going in there. I'm going to put in my big over-the-ear headphones. They're noise canceling, so they're really good for cafes if I don't want to listen to the music they're playing, which like sometimes I do. Sometimes the cafe is playing music, but I don't know my opinion on this cafe's music yet. Mostly I just hear people talking and like the espresso machine going off. So we're going to do that. Sunglasses for me are an absolute must. I try to keep always one set of D&D dice with me. This one, the little tube has broken. If you can see that. So we're actually going to take that out. We'll find a new home for those. We'll keep these strawberry shortcake dice in. I think they're so cute. This is a paper with like my annotation key. Really, it should go with my iPad, so I don't even know if I can get it into where my iPad is. Like, I should have tucked into the case, but I didn't. Not gonna lie, I carry a pair of socks in my backpack in case I have my backpack and I want to go roller skating. Really, these socks should go in my skate backpack, but for now they're in here. Then for things I'm not putting back in my backpack, I don't think I'm going to put this glue tape back in. I'm not going to put my USB drive back in. And I'm also not putting my adapter back in because I just don't think I need it. So I'm just closing the small pocket. And then one more thing I'm adding my Blue Caterpillar Consulting, my book coaching bullet journal into the thing as well. The last thing I'm going to add is going to be a water bottle. And then I believe we're all ready to go. So I'm going to head out to the cafe. It's been a lot of hours since I filmed. Here's what I've done. You saw me at the coffee shop just now. I left the coffee shop around 1 to come home and do some project management, let's call it, which is code for I had to pick a journal to use for this romance project and I couldn't decide. So I texted like 5 people. And my good friend Miley actually had an amazing idea to do like a little like mood board collage on the cover. So I did that, and like, guys, you're not ready for this. You really aren't. Okay, I'm going to come closer so you can see it. Okay, so if you are in the fandom that this book is referring, it's not fanfic. Like, it's low-key fan, but like it's not, because it's not like one IP. It's a master. Anyways, don't worry about it. But if you know, you know. This is the front. This is the back. And I am obsessed with it. And underneath it, it's like this beautiful, like, it's this color, like that periwinkle blue. Did I do any actual planning? No, I did not. We're not going to squat here the whole time. We're going to go back to the couch one sec. Okay. So, did we do any actual planning? No, we did not. So I did that. Then I took like a little nap, like I said. And then I ate dinner. And now I'm watching Off the Tube on the TV behind you. And then I'm going to theoretically write or maybe brainstorm, like actually brainstorm in this notebook while I watch some stuff. I really should draft some stuff, but I'm just like, no, I'd really rather not. And technically, I did like 1,000+ words today. It was just a synopsis for Project Death. Here's my menu of options, and we're gonna write it down because I thrive off a list as we are learning. I knew this, but like, I knew this, but in a much more real sense, I didn't know this. My 4 options, like I said, were Dauntless Chapter 1, Dauntless Read Through and Annotate, Draft Project Death, or Brainstorm the Rom-Com. And we think we're landing on brainstorming, even though I really wanted to get some drafting done today. I don't think I have the capacity for it. So we're going to be gentle with ourselves, and we're going to brainstorm a little bit. I've done brainstorming for this project in the past, but I conceptualized this probably a year ago. Oh my god, it's been so long. Yeah, I could probably find a TikTok like a year ago where I like talked about this project. So I'm going to brainstorm, and I'm going to hopefully get some pretty solid plotting done. I've never actually written a romance before, but I'm really hoping that my love of Romancing the Beat by Gwen Hayes comes in handy. Because I think that's a superior beat sheet to like literally for like any romance stuff. I like Romancing the Beat is where it's at. We're going to do that. Okay, I'm also going to change the camera. We're going to find some fun angle for you to watch me write. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Here we go. Are you surprised to see me? Hopefully not, considering you're watching this vlog already. So it is Saturday. It's about noon, a little afternoon, maybe even almost 1. It's probably like 12:30 right now. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see a clock anywhere. It's been a really slow morning getting going. I was in bed till like 10. I just had a terrible headache, and I took some ibuprofen, and it seems to have kicked in, and I'm feeling a lot better. And I ate some breakfast, and I drank some matcha, and I'm doing better, but I was not ready to be on camera until just right now. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit more of a lifestyle vlog, and I'm hoping it's going to run like 45 minutes, but I don't know because I've been doing long-ass clips. We're going to talk about mental health a little bit. So I'll try and put a timestamp in if you want to skip this discussion, but I hope you don't. I've been very open about my mental health on this channel. At least I feel like I have. Like every time I'm going through a hard time, I feel like I talk about it. But I also don't know how many of those clips I've talked about have actually made it into vlogs. Because I actually record a lot of footage of my day-to-day life, and then I just never edit it. So, whatever. But I wanted to talk about the Radiance Project, which I think I've mentioned before in this vlog, but I'm not sure I have because too much is going on. So the Radiance Project started in 2022 and is my effort to actively decrease the suicidal ideation and my poor mental health. Well, decrease my poor mental health is meant to say ameliorate my poor mental health, because it's rough out here. Like, I have bipolar 1 and a couple other diagnoses I just don't feel like I need to get into, but I have bipolar, and that's like a really big part of my life. And part of me is like, don't share all your medical information on the internet, which is why I'm not. But like, I'm happy to be an advocate for bipolar because I've had so many negative experiences with people having preconceptions about bipolar. And I actually would really love to write a bipolar character sometime. But at the same time, I'm like, ooh, scary. Yeah, that's a lot. I don't know what. Maybe my rom-com. We'll see. That's just going to be a self-insert character at this point. We'll see. Anyways, Radiance Project is an active attempt to decrease my suicidality and increase my mental health quality. And a lot of it is really just asking questions of myself and asking the right questions and like honestly answering those questions. So right now the question I'm thinking about a lot is, how can I make an active effort to improve my quality of life? So I say it out loud and it sounds dumb to say that because of course like there's so much you could do. And I have no motivation to do any of it. Like, some things that I have written about in my bullet journal this week for the Radiance Project is like, I don't have a job, so I'm stressed about finances. I am not sleeping well, but I also haven't slept well in a long time. Like, maybe chronic fatigue syndrome zone. Like, but like I'm not well rested ever. I don't exercise. But I know if I exercise, it'll be both better for my body and my mind and my sleep. And I have ways I like to exercise. I'm just not doing them. And I was just reading, I'm reading Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, I think his name is, PhD. And he's like, yeah, actually, if you're not choosing to exercise and if you're being forced to exercise, it does not relieve your stress. It does not help you. It does not help you sleep. It's bad for you. So I have to be like choosing to exercise, and it's so hard to want to exercise when you are depressed or in a depressive episode like I am with my bipolar right now. I am on meds. I'm really good at taking my meds most of the time. At the same time, I cannot, like, well, no, I don't know what I'm saying. So I'm really good at taking my meds most of the time. Like, sometimes I miss a day. I almost never miss 2 days in a row. But sometimes I miss a day or two a week. But anyways, I'm really consistent with my meds most of the time. Most days I do not forget. I go months taking them perfectly every night. At least I think I do. But my psychiatrist, my new one, asked me if I wanted to go up this week, and I told her no. And I told her no because I'm like, this depression is so manageable. Like, this is so low key. Like, it's hard to get moving in the morning, but once I have some momentum, I can do it. And also, my screen time is so high. Like, I'm in the Apple ecosystem, so it tracks my screen time across all of my devices, except, of course, like my Switch, which doesn't have a screen time thing. Like it logs the hours you spend in the game. But like, I have this weird complex that like the bigger the screen is, the less it counts as screen time. Like, I generally don't watch TV, but like I have my Switch hooked up to the TV as you saw in the last vlog, and it's just like, oh my god, it's so funny. I'm like, it's hooked to the TV, so this isn't even screen time, which is not true. It's still screen time. It's still blue light going in my eyes, which is why I have my blue light glasses on. So I'm just like trying really hard to do it, and I have like this. I have a Pinterest board for this project, and mostly it's like text posts and infographics. One thing that like changed my brain chemistry, where did I write it down? I wrote it down somewhere, but I was like, one thing that changed my brain chemistry is joy always takes work, but it's worth it. I don't know where I wrote it down, and I don't even know where I can find it now. I have this quote: lay out intentions like you're paving for ease of your future in moments. So like, and these intentions are things like, I'm going to have a good time in class tomorrow. I'm going to learn so much. And obviously I'm not in school right now, but I think if I was more intentional with my life and like more mindful, I think that would help. And that's like a big reason why I'm Buddhist, right? Is because I love the mindfulness aspect. I needed a spiritual community after leaving the spiritually abusive tradition I grew up in. And I found Buddhism, and it's been great. You're learning so much about me. Are you enjoying this? I hope you're enjoying this. Yeah, but I'm just in like this phase of like, I'll write my way out. And that will be writing my journal, that'll be writing my books. Like I was gonna say I will get out of this if it kills me. The whole point is that it doesn't kill me. I will survive this no matter what, is the vibe. I don't know. I think I'm going to do some tarot because along with like connecting with my spirituality through mindfulness, I've been really into my tarot decks recently, and I just got this new one. It's called the Tarot of the Divine, inspired by deities, folklore, and fairy tales from around the world, and it's gorgeous. Let me show you. My friend Jamie, who I think I mentioned earlier in this vlog, they showed it to me. He's really cool. But like that's like Page of Wands, that's Strength from the Major Arcana, Three of Cups, which I think I drew. I did like a bonding spread and like an interview with my deck, and we became friends. But the thing they told me is like, I'm going to give you really great insights, but you're gonna have to work for it. Like some of my decks are like very clear and straightforward. This one is not going to be one of those. I'm going to have to puzzle my way out. I'm going to have to puzzle the meaning out of it, which is going to be a time. But I think this is definitely a deck that I need right now. And I think I'll probably augment it with my Prism Oracle deck, which is all about energy states and like the color associations. So, anyways, I've been going for 10 minutes. That's like a quarter of what this vlog is supposed to be. I'm going to do some tarot. I'm going to try and reflect on like get some direction on what I should do, and then we're gonna do something else. And I'm probably going to stay on the floor to do the tarot because I love floor time and it's good for me, even though my non-flexible, non-exercise hips and knees kind of hate it right now because I'm not stretching. But floor time is good for me, even if it like puts my feet to sleep when I sit cross-legged. We're gonna work on it. Don't worry. That's part of the radiance plan. Let's go. Okay, I just finished a riding session at a cafe and I did two 25-minute sprints. And oh my god, that was so intense. It's like the opening scene of Dauntless, and like I'm really in that world right now, and I'm like, wow, that was intense. Oh, my heart rate was up like 90 beats per minute at least. I'll have to like look at the actual like chart later to see how high my heart rate got, but like I checked like 10 minutes after the sprint, it was still at 90, and I'm like, hey, holy shit, that's a lot for a tiny little sprint. But I also got 45 words per minute in that second sprint after getting like, I don't know, like 30 in the first one. So I'm just like, this is insane. I'm in my car now, as you can see, and I love riding. These are days that make riding worth it. Like, I didn't even want to ride today. And it just goes to show if you put a little bit of effort in, sometimes you get a huge reward. Like, it's like the idea that like 20% of your efforts yield 80% of your results. And I think that's like the Pareto principle or something. But like, honestly, slay. We're here for it. I'm so excited about this. Also, it's really hot in my car, so I'm going to turn it on. But that's the update. I'm going to go home now. Okay, bye. Hello, it is Sunday, August 17th, and I am in a way better mood today. I had a good night last night. I went out clubbing for a date, and I'm not a clubbing person, but there was live music at the club, and it was so fun. Like, they had great, like, dancing songs, which, like, is the goal of the club, but we, like, club hopped a couple times, and the other clubs did not have good dancing songs for some weird reason. So, anyways, it was really fun. I had a good time. But that means I was up till like 2 a.m. and I only slept like 6 or 7 hours and I'm tired. I have the Writer's Whip workshop in about 15 minutes. If you don't know what that is, if you're not in the Storyteller Society Discord, well, you should be, and you should join the next run. It's a little workshop where we critique each other's work, and I give a little lesson on some aspect of craft that like you vote on in the introductory meeting. And it's a lot of fun. It's a really good time. This is our second workshop, not counting the introduction, and Good stuff, honestly. I'm enjoying this, but I was also like, I did not want to prep a lesson today. I didn't do it in advance, and I literally bullet points. Last week I had cute slides. No cute slides this week. We're just yapping. It should be good. I'm very excited. Look at my cat. She's perfect. Hi, Maisie. Oh, yeah, you love that. Anyways, I need to make a to-do list. I've been catching up with friends recently back in Utah because, I moved to Idaho, and I have a call with one of them this afternoon. But I have workshop, then a half-hour drive into the city, and then I have a coffee friend outing with someone I met at a bookshop. She's really cool, and I'm excited to get to know her more. After that, on the way home, I'm calling one of my best friends from from Utah, not California, but I love California. And then I'm going to have some alone time, which will be much needed. And that's a lie. After calling my friend from Utah, I have a writing group call, and then I have alone time, and it's going to be good. I'm going to try and plan out this week and try and be very intentional about it. I think I'm probably going to do a tarot draw for the week to know what I should keep in mind. And also my tarot draws yesterday were really great. Good stuff. Okay, I'm going to go probably hop into the chat or maybe just do a little bit of prep work. So it'll be good. Okay, bye. Hello, it is Sunday evening. It has been a really busy day. I did the workshop, went immediately into a social event, came home, kind of died, and now I'm doing this. That's like my family came over and we chatted for a while, and now I'm doing this. So let's talk about my plan for the week ahead to make my life better this week. Right now I'm in a productivity sprint on the Storyteller Society Discord. I think it's 40 minutes, and I joined it 5 minutes late. It goes to 8:40. And it is 8:12, I think. 8:09. You can't even see that. That's fine. 8:09. That's the story. That's the circus mood board is what you could see. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to set up a bullet journal spread for this week. We're going to brain dump everything we need to do. We are going to prioritize everything we need to do. And we are going to do a tarot reading for the week ahead to know what energy I should bring into this week. And just get some clarity on some questions I have. Because I'm thinking a lot about life in the world and the universe and everything. I'm very existential recently. Also, do we like this angle? I kind of like this angle. You can see my deck outside, which is not the fun, exciting part of this angle. I just really like the lighting with the sunset light coming in behind me and the warm lamplight coming in right here. It puts this side of if I turned slightly, you have a little bit less darkness on this side of my face. Yeah, we're going to set up a bullet journal spread. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. Let's do this. And I think I'm going to watch Lindy Young's new author chat because they just posted their August 25 author chat, and I'm already 5 minutes in, and I adore Lynn. Lynn is so cool. It'll be good. Okay. See you later. Okay, it's gotten dark out, so we are just doing a little update in the dark with only a lamp. I finished my plan for the week. I did part of a job application, just generally being productive. But I'm tired, and I think I'm going to sign off, so thanks for being here. I appreciate you as I start this journey anew of trying to manage my mental health. I really appreciate your support. If you made it this far in this probably way too long video, drop me any pink emoji. I would love to see what your favorite pink emoji is. So, thank you. I love you guys. Bye-bye.